Hey guys, what's up, otakus? It's your SuperOtaku here, and I'm joined by Collector Brain, my good buddy Jens. Jens, how's your week?
Good, yeah. Um, Finally weekend. Looking forward to another comic crawl tomorrow.
Right?
It's addicting.
Yeah. We are going to go to All American Comics to visit Jason, the shop owner there. And we're also going to go to Ancient Comics while we're down there. Now, tomorrow, they have they're going to close for I-405 South because of construction.
Mhm.
And I I-405 South is a major freeway for the east side here, and it's the main highway to both these places that we're going tomorrow. And I anticipate it's going to be a lot of traffic in that section there, the Renton, Bellevue. I mean, it'll just disrupt everything. I-5 is going to be, everybody's going to be taking I-5 for people here in Bellevue. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean the freeway is bad when it's open, right? It's already
I,
so yeah, it's gonna be rough, but yeah, let's see.
I'm
We're
worried
not
about
we're, we're
you
not in
because
a
you're coming. I mean, normally you would take 405 here.
true.
Yeah, and I mean, the section that you take is going to be open. I think the section they're closing off is like south of Bellevue. But
But it,
still, I mean,
yeah, it
yeah,
it 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 stacks up, yeah.
it's going to stack up.
Um
Yeah.
I might just leave a few minutes early, take the streets or something.
Yeah, let me know how traffic is when you take off, so we
Yeah.
can. Yeah, I just know like one time traffic got so bad. I mean, it was just like it was just stopped. I think something happened. There was an accident or something, and I just remember like I shouldn't have like gone outside. Like that kind of feeling is
Yeah.
like, oh, I should have stayed home because the traffic was not moving at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So wait,
and
you did some hunting this week. Where'd you go?
I actually so we went out Saturday. Sunday I picked up a book. I could show that one last at the Value Village. And I had to go
Valley
back to the
Village. Wow.
yeah, they had a stack of comic books in, bunch of Star Wars, um, some X-Men, some Avenger, but they priced it horribly. Um, you know the one that you gave me to clean, that X-Men. Yeah, they have that one. They want $50 for it, and it's an okay condition, but like $50, I think in that condition it's a bit high. And a lot of the Star Wars ones were priced really, really high.
Mm.
But I found one on Sunday that I thought was a good deal. Um, I had to go back to the store. I had to return something, and I wasn't gonna buy anything else from the comic books. I was gonna, but you know, when you return something, you need to buy something right away. They don't give you store credit. They don't give you anything. So, and I didn't find enough, and then so I had to get one more comic basically to do my return and to not lose my money. So yeah, and I picked up a two new because there's that one comic book store right there in Woodinville. Is the I have a funky name. It's a little but they
Yeah,
only do new.
Sir Lone Bucks or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that one. But they only do new comics, right? So, but yeah, I mean, I can show it right away.
Yeah.
So
Let's take a look.
I went to my LCS and they didn't have the cover A, and I still wanted from Web of Venom. I wanted the cover A. Um,
Cool.
it's just since that one is like the homage to the Web of Venom and Web of
Yeah.
Spider-Man, so I wanted that one.
Was
And
that how much was that?
5.99. Yeah.
5.99. Okay.
Yeah, they did have the 1 in 10 as well, but when they have for the things that kind of charge you up, that one was $13. When they have like a 1 in 25 or something like that, they go up in price. So, and then on Wednesday, the Marvel version of the Spider-Man Superman crossover came out, right? And in the app, I mean, they didn't come out all at once, but there will be a total of like 46 variants, right? Yeah, it's like with the second prints and everything, it's just crazy. And I really couldn't decide, but with everything that's been going on and everything, so I chose the Adam Hughes cover.
Oh, he did do a cover. Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's
So
nice. It's Power Girl. Oh yeah, yeah, that's a nice one.
yeah,
Good
so
pickup.
I did it because of him, not necessarily that is actually the best cover of them all, but it's really hard to decide because if I'm being honest, they all look pretty cool. So yeah, so I had to pick that one up. I might still get cover A from my other store. It just when it comes to new comic books, I like to buy them there. Just otherwise, it feels like I'm cheating on him or something. So the one comic that I picked up, it was $10, which is too much for this comic. But like I said, I had to do the return, and but it seems in really good condition. There isn't any spine takes or anything. I looked through it. There wasn't any torn pages. So like that cover. I do like the I forget, is it Web of Spider-Man or is it Spectacular One, the negative cover.
That
Like that one a
is
little
the
bit.
yeah, that's a spectacular Spider-Man. Yeah.
Spectacular One. Yeah, it's like 100 or 101 or something like that. Like that one a little bit better than this, but this one also is very cool cover.
That's a cool
And
one. Yeah. John Byrne,
yeah,
Negative Space. We love that one.
yeah. So yeah, and the one from last week, the one that they everything else they priced up super high, even overpriced. Like some of the Dark Horse Star Wars stuff was priced at like $30 or something like that. Some at 20. I mean, the pricing was really all over the place. But I got this one. I used the coupon. I got this one for $12, and it's a newsstand. So this one actually was worth
Oh,
it,
yeah.
and it's in pretty good condition. I mean, I'll obviously give it a press and everything, but yeah, from all the ones that I saw last Sunday, this I thought was for the money the best value. Because this one usually goes for about 35 dollars, so at $12 I thought it was okay. um yeah, some of the other ones were just they had the one yesterday, when I was there, that I was thinking about was $35, was the Avengers, the first Nebula.
Hmm.
um yeah, even the condition was okay, so 35 $40 that they had it on was pretty high. And then second Nebular, which was like one of I think Firestorm cover or something like that. That one was $10, which was that was about even that was a bit high because that one is not that expensive, and the condition was also so. Yeah, all in all, I figured yeah, I kind of overpaid for that Alpha Flight, but I had to do it in the exchange, or they would have just kept my money. So I figured I'll might as well take a comic book home.
Yeah.
So yeah, those were the pickups.
Good pickups, man. That Wolverine is a really iconic cover. So yeah,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
good eye
I
on
had
that
that
one.
one on my had that on my list from the X-Men. I really like that cover.
Mhm.
And newsstand on top was kind of nice.
All right, we got our buddy Damien in the house. Damien, I don't know if you're still there, but
Hey,
glad to
Damien.
glad to see you. I know I've been messaging you. Jens and I are hoping to come down and visit you in Portland, and we're still kind of coordinating exactly when. We may end up extending our trip to Vancouver, Portland area to maybe mid July, right, Jens?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm available most days. I think the only time I can't do it is the 10th, but I think that's a
Mhm.
Friday, and I think we were going on a Saturday anyway, so
Mhm.
it doesn't
Yeah,
affect
I
it.
wanted to go, I wanted to go in late June, kind of go there early, but my wife hasn't booked her flight yet, and we just don't know when she's flying out. So she might be flying out the 20th or the 27th. So I kind of have to pause. I can't make a commitment until we know she's left the country. And, we can't go during July 4th weekend. That's like a busy
No,
travel. Yeah.
yeah,
So if anything, we'll try to go in late June, but if we can't, maybe the weekend after 4th of
4th of
July
July.
weekend. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no, that's
Damien,
fine.
yeah, if you're still there, let us know. That's kind of what we're looking at. And I know we were talking about if we go down the 20th, you might have time. But hopefully in mid July, I know you said you're going to do some traveling. Hopefully you'll be around then too. But yeah, we'd love to hang out with you. Damien knows the comic scene down there. We got the 411 on where to hit.
Yeah, I saw
So
the message. Yeah,
yeah, so we don't waste our time driving to a billion spots. But yeah, thanks for the. Oh no, okay, right. Yeah,
yeah,
Damien, let us know where we should focus our energies, and so we appreciate that.
yeah.
And yeah, Damien also has an incredible comic book collection. Um, I mean, I've only seen kind of bits and pieces here from what he shared, but he's definitely got a massive collection and has a really good eye for books and everything. So, and he's also a
Yeah.
Superman collector, which I learned, uh, you know, kind of into our friendship. He kind of came out as, oh yeah, I collect Superman. I didn't even know. I thought he was always like a Conan collector and all this, and then he drops that. Yeah, he has an extensive Superman collection there. So very cool.
Nice, very cool.
So yeah, anything catch your eye in terms of news or anything that happened this week?
Um, I did see something that I want to tell you. I'm just drawing a blank right now. Um, yeah. I don't know. So, some of the rumor stuff, the which is probably not new, but like the Superman actress is already like getting heat and stuff like that, which I find so stupid. That some people like just saying that like she's way too ugly to play Supergirl or something like that, which I find really ridiculous. It's a
Oh
very
no.
she's a very pretty girl. I mean, I don't see that.
I
Um,
think some of that is like the Disney social media, they don't want to see, they want everything for their projects to go well. So you have some of these like, social media site, or I should say accounts that just go around and rage bait, uh, you know. So yeah,
no,
I
yeah,
don't I don't buy too much into that.
yeah. Yeah. Other than that, uh, not a whole lot. I saw a Facebook post that Adam Hughes, he canceled his appearance, but he was signing some kind of cards or something like that for people, I guess, that had bought tickets in advance or something like that to get
Mm,
an autograph.
yeah.
Um, just because he couldn't go to that convention that he wanted to go. Um, yeah, I didn't see a whole lot else. Really.
Well, I do want to share a post here, and I don't know if you saw it, but it stood out to me because, well, I'm a I'm a Jim Lee fan first and foremost. Um, but let me show you what I'm talking about here. Give me a second.
Mhm.
It was a post from Jim Lee, and essentially, Jim Lee was sharing a health update,
Oh.
and this is the post here. Let me share the screen. So he was sharing this image here. Apparently, this is the uh, I don't know if this is the cover. It looks to be the cover for the last, so the second installment of the Hush uh, run.
Hmm.
They just finished that, and this is, I think, one of the cover pieces for the last book in the second chapter. And when he while he was sharing this, he gave a health update. Basically, he's dealing with diabetes right now. Um, and so he's been focusing more on his health. Um, but you and I were talking about this a while back. There's just something about just sitting and drawing and working at the table that causes all these like great creators to like develop cancer or develop these sort of it's just not a healthy like
Yeah.
lifestyle, I guess, because you're just always eating and drawing. You're not moving around. You're just sitting all day.
Hmm.
And but yeah, so apparently he's doing all these um, kind of naturopathic things to like exercise and eating better and not working late. So he's basically taking a step back from all these projects, and he's saying, until I improve my health, I'm just not gonna, like, I'm gonna limit myself to what I can do. So his production's just gonna fall off. And he's really apologizing to his fans here. I mean, he doesn't have to apologize, right? He's Jim Lee, but he's basically
Hmm.
saying, like, I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna have to, you know, cut back and focus on my health.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's some unfortunate news right there that we got.
Yeah. It sucks. It's
Yeah,
just like, yeah, Damien saying is common as we age. Yeah. I mean, a lot of thing, we're getting older. The creators are getting older. Um, we're unfortunately going to hear more and more health stuff, because this affects everyone. And yeah, it's really, it's unfortunate. I mean,
yeah,
it is something like in Jim Lee's case. I think it's more manageable and not as harsh of a thing as like we talked about with Adam Hughes, cancer diagnosis. I think that's a lot harder. I mean, diabetes is, they always called it the silent killer. But if you catch it early enough and you get your, my wife has diabetes, so I mean, it's, if you manage it and, like you're saying, you're eating healthier and stuff like that, I mean, it's something that you can live very well with for a long period of time. So
yeah. It's again, we're wishing him the best. I think it seems like he's kind of committed to improving his health. So hopefully he um, can focus on that for a little bit. But
yeah,
man, look at this
yeah.
beautiful artwork here. That's
I mean, I find it already amazing that he runs a giant company and still puts out
right.
stuff. Like, I
I
mean,
know.
yeah, it's his passion, but like, I mean, it's not like it's not like when Bill Gates was running Microsoft that he was actually writing some code or anything like that. You know what I mean? It's you're busy day in day out with so much stuff that you have to deal with, and then you're still putting out like variants and cover releases and stuff like that. I mean, it's a whole nother level.
right? Yeah, the fact that he's still doing what he loves to do, it's like he doesn't have to do comics, but it's like
Yeah.
that's what he does best. So it's like, yeah, and he's, he was saying in that post, his best, most productive hours are like 1 a.m. to 4 a.m.,
Oh
like
man.
in the middle of the night. And
Yeah.
yeah, his doctor apparently said, like, no, dude, you can't do that. Like, you can't just
No.
like work 4 hours in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
But
That
that's what the great ones do. They do things that are unconventional.
that's the thing is like the first thing I was thinking about because of the stressful job that he has with the diabetes is because the thing that we all do is like trying to stay awake and to focus is caffeine, right? And if you don't want to put that much caffeine into you, the only other thing that keeps you up is sugar, right?
Hmm.
So that's what I used to do, like when I used to work at Amazon, and you're like you're tired, there's all these meetings going on, like you do energy drinks, you do coffee, and then if in between, then you just pump yourself full of sugar, and yeah, and all you do is sit at your desk, right? You don't get any exercise, you don't walk around and stuff like that. So yeah, it can happen very quickly then.
Yeah, we think we all just we're all kind of guilty of that, right? Like the way, I mean, you really have to make time to exercise because you're not doing it at work.
No.
You're not doing it at home when you're busy with like home life, and yeah, but it is important. It's just our
Absolutely.
modern lifestyle doesn't really. Most of us are just busy trying to make ends meet to focus on health.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
And then once I same desk, same position that I'm at, like I work from home, so I'm here like all day, and then come 5 o'clock I do a couple more things, but then mostly like I'm done. Like I do want to hit the gym or something like that, but to get the exercise in and all that, but I'm just exhausted at that point. And
Yeah,
it's really hard, like getting up and then still doing something else. But we really have to force ourselves, as we age. It's so much more important than in our teens or 20s. Now is when we really need to continue keeping our bodies healthy.
yeah. No, well said. I mean, you know, I wish we could do. I know you and I would be motivated to do more if we had to like walk to the LCS or something. Like do something there. Hunting comic books
Yeah.
is a lot of standing, but it's not really.
Yeah, it's not the big exercise.
All
Yeah.
right. I
So,
also want to get your thoughts on. I'm sure you saw this during the week. Um,
oh yeah,
Did
yeah,
you see this
yeah,
one?
yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Your
Yeah, and
thoughts on this one?
I saw some videos when they're talking about it, like how this is, if there's more creators going to whatnot, that essentially, what's the point of going to a convention, or are they even going to show up at conventions anymore to sign books and stuff like that? Um, I seen some stuff. I mean, some of the things that he did originally, where he was giving away stuff from his personal collection and stuff like that, or things that he had like forever that he's like auctioning, or for like a good thing that he's auctioning off, but like the prices, I mean, it's there were some Yeah, like that Spawn one signed or something like that for like 10 grand, and it's insane. Like it's cool that it's being sold off and that you have a chance to fight it, but immediately if you looked at the prices, it was like for the average person, I think that was it was not possible, you know.
First off, okay, I'm going to give you my thoughts here. I'm really disappointed in Todd McFarlane
Okay.
because this is not his personal collection. First off, he owns Image Comics. Okay, Image Comics is a division of Image Comics is his company. So Image Comics, when he sells you Spawn books, it's his company, and they've got a warehouse full of inventory of comic books that were not shipped, that were not, you know, so you've got these like worthless books just sitting in his warehouse. And what he's doing is he's teaming with CGC to be like, oh, yeah, these books from my quote unquote collection from the warehouse, I'm going to sign them and we're going to put a label on it. And we're just going to get, hundreds of dollars in submission fees and whatnot for essentially books that were just inventory in his warehouse, right? So it's a cash grab and it's unfortunate. I really hope this, but you're going to have people who like will go on and, basically bid on these books, right? You're going to have people bidding on these books and probably paying hundreds of dollars for essentially. I mean, it'll be cool because he's signing them all, and you're get this cool label. Oh yeah, I got this book. It's from his original collection, but at the end of the day, it's like just a signing event.
Yeah.
And if you can get the book for less than what you would pay for a signing event, then that's cool.
If
But
it's already if it's graded or something like that, there's no way.
right, I just
And what do they call it? I mean, the label, the Todd McFarlane signed label, you can get them regardless. But like it's going to be like a from a special collection or something like that. It's gonna have that in the title, and that's gonna command extra money through, for years to come. Um, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If I had the money, I would have done it. But like some of the stuff that I've seen in advance, it's just like there's just no way. It's really really pricey. What I thought was cool that he was talking about that he's starting to release some of his original art from like the '90s Spider-Man, the early Spawn stuff. That you can own some of that, which he said he's never done. Which that I thought was cool. But even like a page from that was just like uh I mean, in the thousands immediately, right? And
yeah.
so
Yeah, I mean, like this is kind of cool. Like this sketch, right? He did the sketch, and if that's going to be part of this auction stuff, um, no, it's not though. This is what it hits. He's saying, so if you get, it's a rare incentive. So if you buy, I guess, enough of these Spawn books, that the retailers could win this.
mm.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It
he,
seems,
yeah, I was reading a lot of different things. He was like, because I had subscribed to him on, I think, on Facebook or whatever, and he did one of those things where there was a chase variant of one of the toys that he came out with from the Hellboy series, and you can win a one of his signature pieces or something like that. And then it was a couple of those things where you could win it, and then also where selling a few off to like a certain side, and those were the first ones I saw, where each sketch was like 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, and there were already one sketch already in the CGC one. It has no grade because it's just a sketch, right? But yeah, but they were right away 3 to 10 grand from the people that had them first, and then yeah, and then came the whole whatnot thing. And I guess it's a thing where more people, or more, not people, more of the artists are doing that, because they can get a bigger part of the action, and make a little bit more than just sitting at a convention and getting paid for a signature.
Yeah, I mean, I think the original art stuff is worth. I mean, we can't afford it. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
it's too high in price for to even think about it. But that would be cool to own. I'm not gonna lie. Like an original Todd piece would be. I mean, it would be so sought after, and just, people love their Todd McFarlane art. It is really cool to look at. So
Yeah. and
this
you,
is
and you can
Harvey Tolibao. Sorry, this is not Todd.
no, but you can already see kind of like when the stuff comes on, is like what I was telling you about the other stuff, or what my buddy paid for his Todd McFarlane signatures. So if you get all the bells and whistles with the little extra label and everything, it was $217, right? It was the signature, the grading, the label, the shipping, door to door, $217. So that's not even the cost of that's just the signature and the grading, right? So there's not even the comic book. So um yeah, if you take some of the latest spawns of the floor for $5, I mean, and then you double that cost, sure, I mean, you're making a killer, right? um
Yeah,
but there's no way that, with that in mind, that you go to this whatnot auction, and that any if they're graded in a 9.8, that any of them going to be under $200. It's just not possible. If they're already making that without when you just get a book signed, and if they're selling the book with it and everything, so whatever it's going to be, it's going to be 400 plus, no matter what the book, even if it's a $3 comic book, I assume it will be at least that.
yeah, and that's the calculus that people attending this thing will do. They'll be like, "Oh, this book is only at $100. I'm going to bid," and then you're going to have somebody there going, "Well, at least get it to 300, to like, because you're right. Like, if they were to do a normal signing event, they're going to pay at least that, right? And here you're getting, I mean, you're getting the label here from the personal collection of Todd McFarlane, which, like
Yeah.
we've established, this is not his personal collection. It's his stuff from his warehouse, his company
Yeah.
warehouse.
Yeah. But is
Um,
that now? I remember it's called a pedigree, right? And if you look at the grading stuff on like GP analysis or something like that, anything with a pedigree, even if it's the same grade, has a higher cash value.
yeah,
So this is just going to be, and we as collectors, I mean, I like Todd McFarlane, and I would want one of those, right? And if you put two of the same comics next to each other, and the one with the Todd McFarlane pedigree is like $50, $100 more, I would probably pay it, even though the actual
yeah.
number is probably like exponentially higher. But
I think everybody attending this event, again, if you can get a book probably in that $300 range, that's a steal, right? That's what they're thinking.
Yeah.
But, you know, I would
It was
imagine, yeah, like you said, people are going to put a lot of value on this, and they're just going to be competing against each other for what will likely be probably like 100 or so books, right? 40, it says 40 signed comics.
mhm,
So you're competing with hundreds of people for 40 books. I mean, it's going to
yeah.
get out of hand real fast. You know what I mean? Like, just to people are
That was
just going to like,
yesterday though.
oh, was this yesterday?
Yeah,
Oh,
April
you're right.
23rd was yesterday.
Okay,
So
so some people got some books, I guess.
I wonder if you can see. Let me see if you can
Do they
see
have
what the.
results? Let's go to CGC. They may have it. CGC should have it. This looks to be it, right? No. Yeah, they didn't give the results, I guess.
Yeah, I was looking on Whatnot, but like once it's gone, it's they don't show it anymore.
Hmm. I mean, the people that attended will know what the books went for, but I'm just curious. Yeah, if you attended this show, let us know what the average book cost was.
Uh, okay, so this is Google AI, so let's take it with a grain of salt.
Okay.
Original sketches: a Venom sketch sold for 9,550. That's one sketch. Personal collection CGC books. King Spawn one variant cover 9.8, signed 750. Same one, Arrow Low Mint 9.6, sold for 1,000 because I guess it's some
Wow.
Arrow variant. The Spawn Batman crossover 9.6, 225. Okay, that's not too bad.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Spawn's Universe second print gold 9.8, CBCS signed 350. Angela number one 9.8, CGC 105. Doesn't say it's signed though. Um, yeah,
105. That if that was signed, someone got a steal on that one.
yeah, it doesn't say. It just says Angela number one 9.8, CGC 105.
Okay.
With the other one, it says SS signed. So again, that's through the AI. I would take it with a grain of salt, but it would be interesting to see what the
Even
full
the
results
original
were.
sketch, I mean, 9,000, that's, well, actually no. If it's like a comic size one page sketch, that's a little steep for, but if it's,
Yeah,
I don't know. It's, I wonder if that was in a like a CGC slab, like, you know what I mean? Like part of this event type thing.
yeah.
That would be 9K seems like it would be fair.
I mean, it's still it says sketch. It doesn't say like original art. I mean, that's still you know
Yeah, it's
I don't
steep.
know.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
actually,
steep.
I think there is a, it's not very clear, but there is a picture of it. Uh, here, let's see if I can. Yeah, it's a Venom. It's a Venom sketch.
Okay.
It's just black and white. It's not nearly as detailed. Let me see if I can pull this over.
Yeah, see if you can share.
Yeah. Uh, okay. Sec. I click on present, right? me see if you can. Let me know when you can see it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, yeah. That is. This is the one that sold for 10K.
That's cool. That is cool though.
Yeah, I must admit, absolutely cool. But
Right.
like,
That's just out of our price range, man. By a lot.
I, and he and it has the date on, like, he did it on April 9th, 2026. I mean, can you imagine, like, just you take a piece of paper, start drawing on some image paper,
You're
company
just
logo,
printing
whatever.
money at that point.
Yes, yes.
Right. No, I mean Jim Lee literally he like when he tries to raise money for charity or whatever, he'll just work on something and sell it and it's like
Yeah.
$10,000 right there. So yeah, some of these artists they literally just print money with stuff they sell. So it's
And
crazy.
here's one signed Todd McFarlane from the personal collection of Todd McFarlane. 9.8. That's Spawn 350. Uh doesn't say the price, but we I think that must have been one of those 750 to $1,000 ones.
Mm, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. Now, the thing is, like, if stuff are going like this nuts, I'm like, even I regret even more. Um, I regret even more not sending anything in to get signed by CGC last time, because I do like Todd's art, so, and I do want to get something signed by him. But yeah, I was even like, I was looking on eBay for some just signed books and stuff like that, but like, it's like, it's $100 for a $3 book with a Todd signature. Because there weren't none of the books that I found that they were under $100 was anything like where you say like, oh, this is a good book, you want to get that graded, right? It's literally anything out of a dollar bin that
Yeah.
Todd did, and you just get him to sign it or something like that. Obviously, it's probably in better condition for most part, but um under $100, they're not anything, not anything crazy, let's say, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even mind if it's like, when it comes to signature grading, it doesn't have to be a 9.8, right? It's more about the signature on the cover. Um, but it should make sense, the type of book you get signed.
Yeah. I mean you have some nice uh Todd McFarlane like books. I mean, nothing's really crazy in terms of price, but I mean they're nice comic books, whether it's Spawn or Spider
Yeah.
Man. Those would be cool to send into a signing event. You should probably do it because Todd's going to probably continue to do this on a yearly basis. So the
Yeah.
the issue is, I remember even just 3 years ago, these signing events, you could get a signed slab book for like under 100. And now, like, you just mentioned, like, with the fees and the shipping and everything, it's like, it's way more than that now. So, my worry is, they've got Todd there signing books for like a day or so. He flies in and he literally just spends hours at CGC just signing everything that's come in. And because it's convenient to like sign slab, you just submit the books, you wait, and you get them back. um it kind of creates its own, like, the demand there.
Yeah. I mean, it has some, like, the way I thought about it is because one that I've been eyeing on it's an open submission till October, like for the entire year. Is they have J Scott Campbell, right? I mean, you can just send it in from now till October, and eventually he gets to it and signs it, and they slab it. Um, the the advantage I see is like you don't. I mean, you don't get to meet them. That's the downside if you want to go shake somebody's hand or whatever. But the upside is like you really don't have to stand in line forever at a convention. Because I saw for like here for Emerald City, um, they were selling these passes, and I mean the passes to not sit in line or something like that was almost hotter than getting the comic book or the signature, right? Um, it was being traded, sold, whatever. Um, Yeah, so you kind of you circumvent that, and that is like the only benefit if you don't have, um, let's say a big convention. If all you want is one signature from your favorite artist, then and you want to get it graded, then this is the cheaper way to go, or
Right.
almost
Yeah.
right after the end of the day, between flying, driving, or whatever, buying a ticket to get in, getting in line, paying for the signature, or at least it's break even point, and you don't have the time commitment. um but yeah, if you do several at once, because I don't know how much they charge, because I haven't done it, but I assume that some of the creators, it's I heard some do $10, but that's not that common. I think it's probably between $20-$30 for a signature at a convention.
Yeah. Well, I
Right.
mean, that's gone up too. Like it used to be like free, and then it was like $20, and now it's like most anybody, it's at least $30 to $50 per book, or for maybe three or four signed books. So
And that's
it's
for that's
just,
for an
yeah,
that's for an artist. If you Because I saw this for, I think it was last year for, Mark Hamill. I mean, it's like 50, 50, 80, 400. I mean, it goes up, and it's not necessarily that he charges that personally. I think it's, they have to pay him a flat fee to show up, right? And then it's the convention that says, hey, this is what we want per signature, because they want to recover their money.
yeah,
um yeah. So, on I mean, with stuff like that, it's sometimes maybe interesting. I mean, I don't want to be like totally chilling for CGC or whatever, but I saw a couple of things. They have some of the next generation crew signing stuff, and you can get it graded and so on. They had, the actors from the X Files, Scully and Mulder doing stuff. So, if you're a big fan and you have like some kind of memorabilia you want to get signed and graded, or I'm pretty sure at one, I haven't seen one, but I'm pretty sure at a certain point in time there was an X Files comic. They make comics out of everything. So,
yeah,
um, you know, with that, it might actually, I don't want to say cheaper. It's more convenient. Let's put it that way. It's going to be
yeah.
more convenient to say like, hey, I want Scully Mulder on this comic book. I send it in, and I get it back at some time.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, those are very, yeah. We have this thing called SummerCon here, and there's always big celebrities that I think William Shatner came last year, right? Captain Kirk. Um, Although this summer I took a look at the lineup, it wasn't that impressive this year. I don't know. They had some big names in summers past, and now I think the biggest name I saw this year was like um, like I don't want to say like semi movie stars. I think they had um, the lady from the Daredevil series who plays Karen Page. I think she's coming. Nothing really. no
Yeah,
major A-list type stars. So
yeah. I was looking up because from, was it IDW? I did buy like some mystery pack with like 5 comics, and I had one, was one of those photo covers was in there. Star Trek Voyager with George Takei on the cover, and I was like, I mean, I don't care for the comic that much, but I was really looking up, wanted to look through the. They had Shatner, but they didn't have Takei. 'Cause I mean, then it makes it cool again, right? So if I take the comic, I don't really care for the comic that much, but if you get a George Takei signature on it, then you got something there, right? So I'll see. I might hold on to that and see if he's eventually joins the list there. Um,
I think
but
he's
the
coming this summer. Yeah,
okay, okay,
yeah. Sulu will be there this summer, which is really cool.
yeah.
Um, and I kind of I know I remember like 2 years ago, maybe 2 summers ago, the cast of Smallville. I don't know if you watched that
Mm.
series.
I haven't. I still want to, but I know the actors, I know the show, but I've never really watched it. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole cast came, and apparently, like if you got the signature package, you got to go drinking and hang out with them after because they went to a bar after. So
Okay.
you had to pay for the signature package, but if you did after the signing event, they had this whole event at a nearby restaurant bar, and you just got to kind of drink and eat with the cast. And I just was like, oh man, that would be so cool. But I didn't do it because it was like I think it was like $500 to get all their signatures and then sit with them and hang out with them. So it was just a little too expensive for me,
Yeah.
but that was cool.
When I when I was working at Amazon still, they had the Bring Your Kids to Work Day. It was like this big event, and my kids were a little smaller at the time, so they came, and they actually had in one of the buildings where they hold the bigger meetings, like the town hall type. They had LeVar Burton because he has this reading for children kind of thing that he's very passionate about, and he was reading some of the books. Right, it was really cool. I only took the kids there because I wanted to see Geordie LaForge, right? But there was no way to get any autograph or anything like that. But you can go in there, you see him, and it's all free. So that's cool. But
Could you take
yeah,
photos with him?
I don't know if you can actually go. It was. I mean, I could take a photo of the event while I was there, but take a picture with him, I'm not sure. I think they
Oh,
kind of shield him away from that. He was doing
yeah,
the reading and stuff like that. Because I'm
that's
pretty
so
sure that
cool,
you still have hundreds of people then want to take pictures and get autographs
right?
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
No, that's cool that he gave his time like that to you guys. That's
yeah,
yeah. He's a great actor, LeVar Burton. Um, all right, there was another sort of big uh news of I guess collecting news type. Um, uh, it's not an event. I don't want to call it an event, but it was like a what's the best way to phrase this? It was a big purchase, I guess. I don't know if you saw this, but Jake Paul. Now, Jake Paul
oh boy,
did a record purchase of a Pokemon card a while back. Like he basically like overpaid for this card, um, or paid a record price for it, and then just hyped the card up, and then sold it for almost double or something. Like he sold it for way above what he had purchased for to some collector,
yeah.
and just made out like a bandit, you know.
It was the one you
Um,
had on a gold chain, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was like a one. It was a 101 or something. It was a super rare one.
Hmm.
Um, and he's doing sort of this again with Japanese manga. And now I gotta say, this is these are very like highly sought after rare books.
Okay.
We're talking about first print Shonen Jump. And Shonen Jump, if you guys don't know, they're essentially like, week. I think they're weekly, if I'm not mistaken. They're weekly comic books. Oh no, no, they're sorry, they're monthly comic books. They're monthly comic books, but they come in like collected. There's just a little sliver of story for like maybe uh, 10 or 11 manga titles that
And they're
are,
black and white, right?
yeah, they're printed on like the cheapest newsprint, black and white. These are very flimsy, so they're red, and it's hard to maintain good condition on these books because they're just poor material, and they're thick. They're like, several hundred pages of comics and advertising. But yeah, the Shonen Jump would collect the most sort of popular ongoing uh, stories or whatever, and they would publish this. They'd work with some of the independent publishers and whatnot that they publish really the popular ones, and then these would get serialized into their own manga series, and then eventually make their way to anime. And so they start off kind of rather small, but then become these like global franchises. Like everybody knows One Piece, right? It's like
Mhm.
One Piece, Dragon Ball, Naruto. These are global uh, franchises that in the United States it has a following, but if you go to like other parts of the world, especially in Asia, I mean, these cartoons and properties have huge followings. And Naruto's like what, 30 years old now. It's like it's been around for 20 plus years. And so they paid these are the highest graded copies of the first appearance of One Piece and the first appearance of Goku from Dragon Ball Z, or the first appearance of Dragon Ball Z. And I do want to kind of, because there's previews of Dragon Ball Z, like the
Mhm.
previous issue to this Dragon Ball Z issue. They show a preview of the upcoming issue with Goku there. So technically, that's the first preview appearance, but
Mhm.
we don't count previews in comics. Okay, we don't. It's the first full in story kind of insert. So the comic Jake is holding here, and the comic this other dude is holding. These are the true first appearances of One Piece and Dragon Ball Z. They got, I think, the two highest or second highest graded copies of this in existence. These are rare books in this grade, and they're valuable. But they just up. I mean, they just basically, just by putting their stamp and bringing attention to the broader collecting community, they just raise the prices on all of these collectibles, right?
Mhm.
Or at least the demand is there now. What are your thoughts on this? I kind of hate
Um,
this, to be honest.
yeah, I there was, I mean, not with like anybody. I mean, he has some popularity. I'm not a fan of his, but he has some popularity. So it does tend to bring speculator into the market, um, that want to do, especially, with the same example in mind what you just mentioned about the Pokemon card, right? Because he made millions with that just by putting his name on it, and it brings speculators in that just spend money like crazy, and it drives up the price for everyone else. As you know, like I've done it for video games. um, when a new grading company came around a few years ago, the same thing happened. There was no notoriety about the purchaser, but there were leaked, or weren't leaked. There were purchases that were made public. First, it was like Super Mario Bros. Number one. They said it sold for 100,000, um, and then all the way to up. And these were sealed ones, not just the regular open ones, but and then it goes all the way up to They had a Mario 64 that sold for 1.6 million, which was kind of like the height of things, which is not going to reach again. Most of those people actually, like, that person is never going to recover his money because that was like totally insane overpayment, right? Um, I don't know. It just kind of, if you are invested and you are making money, but it's it just drives up the prices of everything, and it's yeah. I don't know if it will happen for the comic scene, because I feel like and I say we, even though I wasn't in it, but I feel like the height of the comic market was in 2021, right? So we kind of left that a little bit behind us. Um, Not sure if that will drive anything up for comics here. I mean, it could bring some speculators over, which will drive up the price and make the hobby more expensive.
Well, you do see this in American, like our hobby, comic book collecting, right? You do see this because you have um, certain influencers who will talk up a book, or you'll have certain channels. When news breaks, they'll be like, "This is the book you want to target," and they'll kind of create this demand. But it doesn't. It'll spike up the book price, but they just tend to like float back down over time, right? So it's just sort of like a bump. People hunt for it. People kind of overpay for it a little bit, and then it comes back down. But it's not like you never see these like you know 10x 100x type uh, bubbles or pyramid schemes. Um, but what he's doing here is interesting because it's very self-serving. I mean, he's going to be able to. I mean, he's already made his money back with this purchase. I can't imagine he paid more than Um, I mean, these books probably were like $1,000 in that range, and now he could probably turn around and sell them for like 10 times that much. So it I don't know, and who knows how high because these are very rare and high grade.
Mhm.
I mean, Japanese collectors are not going to be selling these if they're a true collector. So you really have a limited supply of what's out available in the market, and especially here in the U.S., these are both U.S. graded books, but they're. I mean, if you were to go on eBay and look for a first Shonen Jump, you could probably find some people in Japan selling it. And that's the thing. Like, if you're fast enough, if you're a flipper and you're quick enough, you can buy one of these things from Asia and then flip it because it's up in value already. So there's a timing piece to it. But yeah, it's just basically going to raise the bar on this. And I think ultimately it's a good thing for manga,
Mhm.
because I just feel like manga doesn't get recognition in the American comic book collecting community. Globally, even though these are popular, no one collects manga in like Malaysia, or the only people collecting manga maybe are like a subset in Japan, you know. And the fact that he's bringing attention to the books in Japan and now making people kind of take notice. There are going to be a bunch of Japanese collectors that are going to make a lot of money with their personal collections. But if these matriculate over to the U.S., I think it's ultimately good for the manga hobby, because yeah, collectors oftentimes don't value these kinds of books,
Yeah.
and that's one thing they should be valued. I look at these books as like absolute investments, right? They're not like,
Yeah.
unless Dragon Ball Z dies in the next generation, which I don't see happening, it's always going to be a strong global IP. Um, Kids
I
just
mean,
love it.
yeah, I don't know about Shonen Jump, but like in general, I think manga is especially in this in the younger generation very popular.
Yeah.
Um like I mean, I know I mean it's already years and years ago. Like I mean, I've bought my daughter because she loved Death Note, right? I mean, she has
Hmm.
like several of the collected bounds and stuff like that. Um so I think like that younger generation is very much into manga, maybe even more than the American comics, right? So I mean it has made its mark, so which is very great for it. What I was going to say about what it like in what the video games, what that did to the used market though, is that everybody that had, I don't know how that is going to be in America, because I don't think there's a lot of people that have a lot of Shonen Jump hidden in their basements and garages and stuff like that. Um, but basically, everybody that saw a news come out that that a game had sold, an NES game had sold for a lot of money, is basically, oh, you need to check your garage, you need to check your old games, you have gold in there. That was basically what people took away from it. Didn't matter that those were items that were sealed for 50 years and had never been opened, were handled with like white gloves and stuff like that. No, whatever you had there, spilled your soda on, is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Um, so I mean that could happen on the used market, that when you used to, people that used to pick up Shonen Jumps for the dollar to five, that now they're gonna say like, oh hey, you know, one of the Paul guy just spent thousands of dollars on it. So these books are, there might not be $1,000, but I want for my for my old Shonen Jumps, I want at least $20 to $100 each or something like that. So
You know,
I
I
could
went
I
to
could see that happening.
I went to Japan last summer, right? And I not that these are valuable or anything, but I did pick up Shonen Jumps. But these are just random. This one I thought was a cool Naruto cover, which is why I got it, and it also is from an era that basically in this book you have Naruto, Bleach, uh, you have One Piece, and there's another big one here that I forget, but like some of the biggest uh, global franchises to come out of this era, like all running at the same time,
Mhm.
in one edition. So I just thought that was like cool. And then
Y-
this
y-
one is just like, if you've ever watched Slam Dunk, the basketball manga, have you heard of this
mhm.
one? This in the 90s, this manga in the 90s was a cultural event,
Okay.
because it's kind of like this was at the peak of Michael Jordan's popularity, Air Jordan. So basketball was just global to begin with. And then the Japanese go and make this really touching, they're like a high school underdog that goes to the national championship, and they don't win. They get to the finals, and they um, lose in the, I think, the semifinals. They never get to the national championship match, but they beat
Okay.
the favorites in the semifinals. Or no, yeah, they beat the favorites in the semifinals. Everybody is exhausted and they lose in the finals, but they beat the defending national champions, and it's a really great comic book. Definitely recommend it. But yeah, it's like not everybody is familiar with. I mean, people. Yeah, I agree with you. Young people read manga. They enjoy it. They like it. but it's not like a collectible. You know what I mean? Like no one's like going around going, "Oh, I got a first
Yeah,
edition." Like there's
yeah,
nothing
not
like
like
that.
that.
There's nothing like that in manga. So it's hard to collect. These shonen jumps, though, I think do have a little bit of underappreciated value just for what they are, but it's because they're rare here in the U.S. You just can't pick up Shonen Jump in Japan. People just throw out their Shonen Jumps. They read them and they recycle them. You know, it's not like a
Yeah.
collectible. But if you have the foresight to be like, oh, this is going to be a collectible someday. It's the first appearance of Dragon Ball Z, and you kept that. It's that's just like that's just a big book down the road.
You have been to that bookstore in Seattle, right? The one inside the Wajimaya?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kinokuniya. Yeah,
Yeah. Because they
yeah,
have them there. They have them there, and I mean that bookstore is always packed. Like, and that's why I also like saying, because the the younger generation, or the generation, you know, the younger than us, because it's always packed, and they're I mean, they buy their stuff. But yeah, like you said, it's not like, oh look, they have a first edition of this. It's more like it's the collected pieces, like it's the books, they read it for, I mean, which is not bad, read it for the story because they like it and stuff and so on like that, but it's not picking it up as a collectible.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's interesting because, like, again, nobody really collects manga in Japan. It's more like they'll collect those like statues or toy, like the limited edition stuff that comes, the IP stuff that comes out of that.
Mm.
Cards, those are the Pokemon cards are very popular in Japan. Um, yeah, some of the rare figures that come out, those have high demand. And but it's weird because there's so much to collect in Japan. It's kind of like when something comes out, it's kind of like comic books in the sense, like when something comes out, everybody wants it, and you have this sort of like pyramid effect where whoever gets it first um, can kind of sell it for a really high price, and then it just kind of like you see the value start to fall as time moves forward, right? So it's it's a really interesting market there in Japan. But then you have certain things where if the IP is really, popular and long standing with fans, like a Dragon Ball Z or like a Naruto, these things retain their value. And yeah, those things can end up being very, very valuable. So um, it's
I
kind of hit
almost
and miss.
I almost actually ordered some an Shonen Jump IP a few years ago. There is a Nintendo brought out these the classic models of the NES, Super Nintendo. So, and in Japan they had the Famicom, the original.
Hmm. Hmm.
They made a Shonen Jump edition, which was all in gold. And instead of the regular games on it, you have then all the different Dragon Ball games were on it, and stuff like that.
Ooh.
So that one really piqued my interest, but I just never pulled the trigger on it.
How much was that?
I think it was around $100 complete. It wasn't that much, and it might be a little bit more now,
It's a
but it
lot now.
probably. Yeah, I don't think it exploded that much, but yeah, it's probably more than what I would have bought it for a few years ago.
Yeah, it's funny how again these influencers. Jake, I kudos to Jake Paul though. I mean, the the fact that he can kind of manipulate the market like that, that's a lot of power,
Yeah,
for one influencer to have. So I mean, kudos to him, man. He can just buy whatever he wants and sell it now, like, and make money. That's kind of crazy.
yeah,
Yeah. All right, let's talk
yeah.
about tomorrow. Anything top of mind for you in terms of what you're looking for?
Um, Nothing specific, just probably more wall books, rather than. I mean, I do want to look through the dollar bins as well. I really enjoyed picking up the Spawn, especially the Spawn comics that we did last weekend with the newsstand edition, because those, with those, with grading in mind, it's worthwhile. And yeah, I just, because I was going through my stuff too, just kind of like your video on Wednesday kind of inspired me to kind of like to think about it some more. So my trade box is pretty full right now. Um, it's also, I started going through some stuff, and that's where I'm going with this. Is I need to take the books out, check them from both sides, make sure that they're okay. Because I pressed one yesterday that the front is like, it's perfect, right? But in the back it had a little, uh, just like when you press it in with the finger or something like that, it had one of those bends, it broke color. So there's no chance of, no matter how much I press it, it's never going to get a 9.8, right? And it's one of those books, it's only, if it's a 9.8 it's worth grading, but if it's not a 9.8 it's not worth grading at all. So that's a
What book
bummer.
was it?
um Here, I have it right here because I just finished pressing it. It's one of the, from the Spider-Man ones. It's also,
Oh,
it's a
nice. Yeah.
newsstand. So it it was already nice, and after I'm done pressing it, it's absolutely gorgeous. The condition, but and I had another one of the books that I picked up from like a new one that I picked up that had something similar. It's just when you can see it, you see it up here.
Here, I'm gonna make you big. Hang on. Oh yeah,
It's,
yeah, yeah. That
yeah,
that's
just somebody folded it over when they pushed it in the bag or something like that, which is unfortunate. It's just like there's no way of ever getting an. I think because of the length of the crease, because it's maybe like a
that'll
little
be
bit
eight
over an
five.
inch.
Yeah, at least an 8.5.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
don't know if it's. I mean, the rest, if it doesn't have any other issues, it might still could come back. I mean, I don't know. I haven't done it. I was thinking like maybe even a 9.0, but it's just unfortunate. At a 9.0, you don't make your grading cost back,
Yeah. Don't
And
don't grade that book. Yeah.
yeah, I love it as a great Hobgoblin cover, and but I noticed that I had a few of those where like when I got them, I only looked at the front and I'm like, oh, this looks good, no spine ticks and stuff like that. But you need to take them out and look at the other side.
There's a whole
So
other yeah, and the interiors, right? You have a little rip in the interiors, they grade all that. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's hard to
The,
it's hard to do.
and I have never like I've since I've heard it from people that have like a lot of like the older books, like you get them sometimes. Like I've never gone through and counted the pages because that's a big thing too. There could be pages missing, and then you send it in, you get a green label.
Oh yeah,
So
half my stuff, I'm just afraid to send it in because it's like it's first off, I don't really have anything really really high grade. Um, but for me, the worry is um, on some of the books that they might have like touched it up or restapled. I mean, people do this all the time. So, if they do, so if they CGC detects, oh, this has tape or like glue or something, it
mm,
doesn't get the blue label. So,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that's also worrisome because I've seen some videos where there was some color touch and you really couldn't tell until he put it under the microscope. So there wouldn't be no way of either of us looking at the store, like it would be like, oh, it looks fine, right?
yeah,
And then you get back a purple label because somebody
right.
touched in the corners a little bit with black ink or whatever. So yeah,
Yeah,
those are some things to look out for.
I have a first appearance of Lana Lang. It's a big book. I paid like 200 for it. Um, I was thinking of sending it to CGC, but I'm almost certain that book has like like someone put new staples in and realign the. So I know I have a suspicion that that book was, you know, because it's a big
Restored.
book, and I paid 200 for it, thinking it was like in the original condition that it came in, but something tells me that. So I'm never gonna grade it, but I just know like if I were to send it in, it would probably have some issue with it. So yeah, it is what it is. Hey, so All American Jason, All American
Mhm.
Comics has a 9/8 newsstand Spawn one.
Okay.
Okay, and Jason doesn't know how to price it. He asked me last time, "What would you price this as?" So he has this book just up there on his wall book, but he doesn't really have a he doesn't have an idea of what it should go for. Is that a
Okay.
book you would want?
Um. Yeah, since mine is not a newsstand. Mine had spine tick, so I didn't. I'm not gonna get it graded. So I'm looking for a spawn one in the right condition. Yeah.
I mean,
Is
9/8 newsstand.
yeah.
Those don't. I mean, I'm sure there's a handful on the census, but it's you
No,
just don't
they
run into.
definitely hold more. They
Yeah,
hold 3 4 times the value of the
right.
red book version.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Well, if
we'll
that's still
check it
there,
out.
you think about it. You might be
It's
spending. You might be dropping a big purchase tomorrow.
it's interesting. Like the first thing I came to think about is like if you don't know where you want to price that, then you didn't give the person trading it in a whole lot of money for it, right? Because otherwise you would have an idea. If I'm paying up for a book at whatever percentage, I know where I'm pricing this. But if you really have no idea where to price it, then you paid like bulk pricing on that or something. A couple of
Yeah, I
fifty
think if you
cents to a
go in with
dollar.
like a fair price, like I think he'd be willing to, like if there's a fair market value for a 9/8, and I'm sure there is, and you wanted to pay a little less than that, I'm sure Jason would, as long as you're not like completely like lowballing him, he'd
Yeah.
probably sell it to you for the price you want. But I mean, what would you want to pay for a book like that? That's, I guess, my question. Like, if you were to really want that book and you wanted to pay only X amount for it, or not have it at all, what's your like best offer for that?
It's tough because I think in a like if it's really 9/8 worthy, it's probably in a raw newsstand. It's anything from like 125 to 150, right? Like I think 150 is where they hang around. Um, it's just with Spawn, I always think that there's so many of them. Even I mean, newsstand less so. Like I'm always wondering if I'm not gonna find it cheaper one day, you know. But then you can always pick up a second one and make your money back. But I don't know. It's a question. I mean, yeah, at 100 or 120, I think that'd be more than fair for that book. I just don't. I'm not sure if I'm just willing to drop that money right now.
120 for graded copy?
No, for raw copy.
Oh, for raw copy. Yeah.
Is his graded or is
Yeah, I
he?
said it's 9/8 CGC 9/8
Oh, okay. Oh,
newsstand.
CGC. I thought it was just like you're sure that it's a 9/8. Oh,
No,
okay.
he's got a 9/8
Oh,
newsstand
okay. Oh, dang.
in his shop. It's a rare book. It
Yeah, the
very
9/8 newsstand. I think they're 400. The $300 to $400 is the
is
newsstand
that what
one.
it's going for?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I
All right.
think the direct graded in the 9/8 is like around $100, and I remember the newsstands it's like 3 to 4 times that.
Well, okay. Um, I think it's actually more yens.
It's more than that.
Yeah. Um, I'm on eBay right now. Let me share this real quick.
Okay. Did we lose you? Or am I the only one, or did I get kicked out?
Thank goodness you didn't leave. I just like
I can't
closed.
hear. Are you still there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I
Can you hear
can't.
me?
I don't know if it's me or I can't hear you.
Let me, maybe my mic isn't on. Can you hear me?
No.
All right. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hello?
Did I?
Hello?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Okay.
can hear you now. Okay, good.
All right. Yeah, I closed my window like an idiot. All right, let me share.
Okay.
This is eBay prices right now. So we got Spawn 98 newsstand. This is the book Jason has, and I did look at over it. It's a beautiful copy. The copy
Okay.
he has in his store is a beautiful copy. Um so yeah, I mean it's they like you said, it's not impossible. They You're gonna run into this book if you want to get it, right?
Yeah. Well,
There's
it's also
I'm
yeah,
seeing at least 10 copies here on eBay, a bunch signed too. So,
yeah.
um,
No, yeah.
yeah.
This looks at 30-day high. Like I'm just looking at the app, what's sold or whatever, and obviously, so 586. So it has gone up for sure. But I'm just saying, like if a raw copy in a high grade, I mean, obviously you're taking a risk because you don't know if you're gonna get the 9.8 or not, but um, it should
Oh,
still
I like your
be.
thinking, man. I like your thinking.
It's 100. It's 150. You know, if I even if you overpay a little bit there, if,
Yeah.
you know, I think I would rather grade it myself than if I, especially if I can save $300, $400.
If Jason sold it to you for 350, would you take it?
Oh, boy. I mean, that's a tough call. I mean, that'd be a screaming deal for sure, but I'm not sure if I want to spend the money right now.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's the thing. Like if you want to,
Yeah,
I forget what I think I said, "Hey, would you take?" Because he said that, "What would you price this at?" And I kind of jokingly said something like, "Would you take like 250 or 350?" And I think he seriously considered it, but I didn't have 250. I was just like, "But I don't have the money right now." But he was like considering it, like I mean, he's all about moving the books. He's more about like as long as he's gonna get some kind of value for them, more than
yeah,
more than what he paid, he's open to it, I'm sure. But yeah, I don't think he'd sell for 250 because he when he looks on eBay, he's gonna be like, I think like 500 might be something he would maybe consider.
and I like Spawn,
That's
but
a big.
at that price range, I'm wondering if I need a newsstand. Then you know what
Right.
I mean.
Yeah.
If I can pick up a grade direct at for thirty
This is
dollars.
BS. Look at this. They graded this a 9.8. Look at there's spine ticks there.
Yeah.
How are you gonna grade this a 9.8? This is obviously
What's can you scroll
bogus.
on the number, on the grading number?
Um, on the
The
is it
actual
on the
the
back
cer-
there? This
the
one.
s- no, the cert number. Oh, fourth two. Okay. So that's surprising because that's actually so four. Then should have been graded in within the last year or two. Yeah,
Hmm.
within the
Right.
last year. That's surprising because you sometimes would see that in the
This is a
in the
gift
much
grade,
older
man.
ones.
This is a gift
Yeah.
grade. That is not a 9.8. Look at that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Some of these you
think-
gotta like just question because that's Jason's
Right.
copy is beautiful though. I looked it over and I'm like, yeah, it's a flawless book. So
Yeah.
this one looks pretty good. Ah, it's just too, yeah. Like for me, if I had $700, I'd spend it on something else. But I know a lot of, I love Spawn too. I actually have a Spawn number one. I think it's 9.8 candidate. I'll show it to you one of these days. You let me know. But yeah, to have a newsstand in that, that's just pretty incredible to me. Um,
Yeah. I mean, but at that, yeah.
yeah.
But see, at that price range, I would look for a ultra clean raw copy and do it myself. Um, yeah, or even a regular one. I mean, I do want to spawn number one graded, but I'm not. I don't think I'm willing to spend $500. That's I'm thinking the same. I'm thinking the same thing. Like before, I spend $500 on on a book that is like, I mean, you know how much they printed of these. That's fairly easy to get. I think at $500, there's other books that Arya also would rather have.
Yeah, I agree. There's probably a
So
box of newsstands that have never been open sitting somewhere. You know what I mean? Like you think newsstand, like you think, oh, it's on the newsstand, so these things are really hard to find in high grade, but you don't count the fact that there's something sitting in Todd's warehouse right now, probably just a box of
yeah,
newsstand spawn ones that so yeah, I agree. It's a little bit of a we just saw like 15 of them on eBay for sale, so it's not a rare book. So yeah.
and I feel that's one of those things too where you can easily come across it, that somebody prices a newsstand at a regular price just because it doesn't matter to them, or because there's also so many books where the newsstand and the direct don't make much difference, right? So if you have somebody that maybe prices it out, and maybe one day I'll find one for $30 in a decent high grade. So I would be less worried. I would be less worried about that. Yeah, but for $500, I mean, even um, yeah, I would be considering other books as well. That's
All
a
right.
little bit
Well, we
too.
got we got something to hunt for. A 9.8 raw spawn one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's a good thing to hunt for actually, because I think you'll be able to find it. Someone's and getting it for like 100 or so, and then sending it in, and if it comes back 9.8, yeah, you just made like $500. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's one of those things is like, if there is some room to grow, if you didn't pay so much or whatever, you can, like, if it comes back at a, either you do a pre-screen or you do like a whole submission, and there's even enough money left to crack it and press it one more time and submit it, right? For
Oh,
what because if you only paid a certain amount, if you're like with other books, it doesn't, right? You get it back and you think about it like, okay, I'm gonna spend another $30 to grade it, but it's not gonna grow $30 in value or something like that. It's more, you know what I mean? It's a
yeah.
lot of book. Not every book, it makes sense to crack it and resubmit it, but if you're if you only spend $100 and you get it back at a 9.6 and you think you can really make it, then you can
Well, that's
try
a
it one
great
more
point.
time.
That's a great point. Well, your your thought process made me go back in. So here we go. Uh, we've got some 9.6s here. Let's just pour over this grade here. Obviously, we need the grader's notes, but
Yeah,
yeah, this
which
one, yeah, this one has issues, so that's not a good one to look at. But one of these is probably, yeah, like you could probably. Oh, it's got a little bit of color break there. Another one right there. So yeah, some of these are obviously 9.6s for a reason. But yeah, that's a great point. Like to to get a really nice 9.6, right? Like this one looks good. This one looks good, right? This
yeah,
one looks like if you cracked it and just resubmitted it, it could come back a 9.8 on its own. That this is a
it's
really
very
nice
possible.
copy to be
Yeah.
honest. I wonder if there's some other issue with this.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it'd be better to see it in person, obviously, but
Yeah.
and the bad thing sometimes is at 9.6, they don't always put graders notes, but by the cert number, it's easy to look it up if they do or don't.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but if you
Yeah.
see it in person and you really don't see, and it doesn't say anything about well, a 9.6, I don't think you
Maybe
get a
that
9.6
right
with a
there.
stain or something.
There's a little fleck right there. I don't know if that's part of the book or I don't think it is. Here's a signature 9.6.
It's already $600 though. Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
oh, this one's really clean. I'm sure it has like a finger bend or something from the signature, maybe.
it's
And with a
possible. Yeah,
press, it might, who knows? Yeah, but I mean, this is the game within the game, right? Like you're taking a big risk, but if it pays off,
yeah,
yeah, I like your thinking though. Um, yeah, I agree with you. You do have to like kind of have the book in hand if you're going to make a purchase like that. But because
yeah.
yeah, sometimes the eBay photos can just be very deceiving. Oh,
Yeah, my spawn number one I bought off eBay, and it,
that's not good. Oh,
it's not good enough for a 9.8. No, definitely not. It has two prominent spine ticks that are breaking color, so there's no way.
okay.
Yeah.
I have my original Spawn one from back in the day.
Okay.
I'll show it to you tomorrow. And you let me know what you think the grade. I think I was thinking of sending it in. It's a it's not a newsstand though. It's a direct. Um, I think there's an issue with it. Let me just pull it out here.
The one my buddy got signed, that was a 9.6. I thought that one was very clean, but yeah, it wasn't worth after getting through the signature. Also, the timing would have not been. It wasn't worth to like crack it to try to resubmit it, especially
Oh
then you
yeah,
have to pay the GSA the thing one more time.
he had a 9.6.
Yeah, yeah. He bought that one off eBay, and then, but it looks really good. So, and I don't know, wouldn't be, and it's a direct version, so the gamble wouldn't be there, because the bump from a 9.6 to a 9.8 is not on the direct is not that high. So no,
So
it
we,
looks really good with the signature. So he was happy with it.
I think there is a little bit of a right there. You see that spine tick right there?
I don't see your screen. You
Oh,
share.
sorry. right there where my finger is.
Hmm.
You probably, yeah, right there. You see it right there. A little bit of
Yeah, but it's not breaking color, is it?
a little bit. I feel like it, not in, not like it's just very minute. I'm sure if you pressed it, you wouldn't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I think that's the only issue with this book, which I think, again with that, and I'll show you the back because the back is, yeah, the back is going to be like white, so it's not really. But I had thought about sending, and this is like my original copy from when I was collecting. So I got this. I think I even read it. That's the crazy thing. It's like I read it and it's still decent grade. Um, but yeah, I've taken care of this book because I knew like even back when I bought this was a big book. This had always been like the first Spawn when it came out. It was a big hot book, and it's remained sort of just a fan favorite. So, but I don't know. I just always felt like if it comes back a 9.8, would it really be better than having it raw like in this condition? But I don't know. Now that talking to you, I just might want to submit it. Right? It's like looks like with the press, it would have a good chance. I don't know. It's a pretty nice
Yeah.
copy.
If you want, we can put it in the pre-screen submission.
Oh yeah. We
If it's not
could, yeah.
9.8, then it's only, I don't know if it's $5 or $8. I have to look it up, but if they don't, if it doesn't get graded, it's only $5 or $8 or something. So
Have you feel? Hey, what's up, Tyler? Have you How many books do you have for that right now?
um at least 25, maybe more, but I'm also going through like the one that the Hobgoblin one. Like I'm not, if I already know it's not gonna get graded, it's no need to waste $5 or $8. So yeah, so I'm going little by little. I'm going through it, pressing some of them, and then looking them up. But it can be more than 25 is just the minimum
Oh, is the
to
minimum.
get
Okay.
the pre-screen. So it can be a little bit more. Um, so
All
yeah.
right. Yeah. Let me think about that because yeah, if I'm more than willing to pay the fees uh to add to the submission. You know what I mean? Like pay for my books, um, and help with shipping and all that. So yeah, let me think about it. Let me do some because I do have a few books that I was always thinking, man, these are grade worthy, but I just didn't want to go through the whole process of doing it.
Mhm.
Um, Also because my CGC subscription kind of ran out, so I don't. I mean, the fees and whatnot, uh, it's fine, but you know, like it's definitely better when you have the annual subscription. You kind of get kind of pay for the initial um, grading and all that. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, it. I mean, if since I wanted to do more, so I have not the elite one, I have the pro one. It's $159, but you get $150 credit. So
Right.
the two signed books that I'm hopefully get back next week. I don't know yet. So they took the credit, so I only paid $7 technically for those. Um,
Yeah.
they credit that back, so that was kind of like a wash. But for the submission I did just now, the one that they should be received, they have received it, but it's not in the system yet. So I calculated from what I paid, 25 books. The grading each book should cost me about $27.50 or something like that. That's with everything. That's shipping back and forth and everything. So um
That's
and
not
I'm
bad.
yeah, so with the book with the pre-screen should be the same thing. So either it's going to be around, let's say, rounded up at $28, or it will be, I have to look it up. It's either $5 for rejection or $8. So
Yeah.
Um, it might bring up the cost with the shipping. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it should be around.
It'll
It should
bring
be
up the
around that.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
like I
mean,
don't
the
know,
more
like
books you
the
add, it's gonna add to the shipping. So just let me know. Like I don't want to like because I mean if I do it, I think there's just only a few books that I'd want to. I have to look over the books again, but if I do it, I'd probably just do maybe two or three that I think, okay, these might come back, right? I don't have too many of those though. I
yeah,
gotta be
and
honest.
we do a clean and press on them, no big
Right?
deal, and then
Yeah.
we just put them in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me. Let me. When are you gonna submit that? Are you close, or are you gonna wait till your other books are closer to coming back, or
Yeah, yeah, probably until they're closer for them to come back. I want to go through them, hoping that I can sell something else in the meantime to make some money. And yeah, yeah,
yeah?
I have a couple of higher end games on eBay. So any of those sell, then that will help.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice. Yeah. I, I keep forgetting you're like selling some of your video game collection bit by bit to form the new habit. I mean hobby.
yeah, yeah. It's kind of, it's getting. I don't want to say reinvested, but it's just getting back from one hobby to the next. So
Right. Um the other thing, yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the trade stuff because I messaged Big B, and he's one of those guys who will probably hang out with us when we go down. Um, and I'm trying to coordinate it where he has this corner of like a mall that I think every weekend they sell comic books, and he tables there apparently. And it'd be kind of cool to like if he's fine with us just giving him some money to just kind of sit there with him and have our books on his table and have an opportunity to sell stuff there. That would be cool, right? Like just pull your stuff and my stuff in like a box and let whoever wants to. I mean, we'd have to price stuff out, but if we could sell it to people who actually kind of want stuff from our collection and their collection, that would be cool.
yeah,
But I know that takes a little bit of a
takes
time
time.
commitment. Yeah, so we may want to just trade and do something else. So we'll see.
Yeah, maybe he wants. I mean, like you did a trade with him before. Maybe he has some other stuff to trade. Maybe he prefer that, and then have the books whatever he gets at his booth the following
Hmm.
week or something. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
definitely something we can talk to him about.
yeah. Um, and I think we should make Vancouver our because I'm fine going into Portland, but kind of like you know um, try to look for lodging in Vancouver. It'd probably be a little cheaper than Portland, like the Portland metro area, right?
Yeah,
Um, I really want to try the In and Out burger there. I know you can't eat there, but they got it. Have you had In and Out ever?
in California.
Right? Oh, it's so good. It's
Yeah,
so good. And they just opened one in Vancouver, and I'm just like, ah. So I definitely want to like eat there when we're down there. Take advantage of that. But yeah, any last thoughts? What, Lenny?
yeah. Looking forward to tomorrow. Um, yeah, I'll be at your place. You know, 10:15, and then we'll see.
Brave the
Hopefully,
traffic.
traffic. Yeah, see how the traffic goes.
So I know Ancient opens at 10,
Okay.
and I think Jason opens at noon. So we probably want to just like maybe hit Ancient first. And I know for you, I know spending more time at Ancient probably is better for you
Okay.
because um again, there's a lot to dig there. It's kind of like there are a lot of wall books and stuff. So I know we didn't have a lot of time last time. You didn't get to really dig and do your thing there, but we'll have, if we get there early, we should have plenty of time to like look through everything, pick up what you need, and then we'll just wrap things up. I think Jason closes at 5, but Jason has a lot of stuff to dig too,
Okay.
but he's got less of a wall. Um, and the thing I think, again, he's got more like modern books that are kind of priced like $2 to $3, and a lot of older comics. So the older comics are kind of what I'm interested in because he he's kind of fairly prices that stuff out. But they have dollar bins and whatnot, and they got a lot of others. He's got a lot of other stuff like sports cards, Pokemon cards, toys, and all that kind of stuff in his shop. So yeah, figure we finish up there and then head back.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right, Jens. Get a good night's sleep, and
Yeah.
we'll have fun tomorrow, man.
See you
see
tomorrow.
see you, man.
Thanks for
All
having
right.
me.
Yeah. See you guys in the next one.
Bye.